Hosted by an African-American on the 2025 Talkers Heavy 100 list of the most important talk radio hosts in the nation. Last year, Tavis ranked number 33, and the year before, number 45. The Tavis Smiley Show has rapidly expanded its national syndication to now include nearly 50 radio stations across the country and counting. Congratulations, Tavis.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
And when I think about, for example, people with religion, I think there's probably a lot of people who actually have extraordinarily similar values to them that get written off because they're either from a different faith or because they're not of a faith at all. Or in some cases, we've had people who I've coached who have said, it's not enough that they're part of my faith, they need to be really devout. So now you even have a narrowing of a pool within the same faith. Again, I'm not saying what people should, here to dictate what rules people should have, only that we should consider the possibility that other people have things to teach us and we have things to teach them. And I think one of the great things about a relationship is that when you come to somebody who has different ways of living, that you actually find the genesis of something new that comes out of the two of you. There is a kind of 1 + 1 = 3 situation that happens where both of you learn something and both of you grow, because a relationship does not need to be an echo chamber. But a lot of us, when we create rules, we act like it does need to be an echo chamber. And that reflects our arrogance.
Hey,
we think...
Come on, man. Come on. Hey, it's the second hour of the VOR, live on KBLA Talk 1580. And if that man wasn't cooking, what's his name, Andy? I'm hearing the clip the same time we're hearing the clip, right? What's that guy's name? Because, boy, that was a bar. Many of us want to be in an echo chamber. We want our... First off, if you're wounded and the wounding has been handed down to you, right? And the wounding has been infused with values from the one who wounded you. Okay? The one who wounded you, his name is Matthew Hussey. Matthew Hussey. Right? The one who wounded you instilled those values. The values that you carry into your adult relationship, guess what? Those are like bowling ball shoes. Like when you go to the bowling alley and you rent the shoes, that's what those values are like. The only real values that are substantive to you, the experience that you are those that are born out of your healing. Imagine somebody hurt you and instilled in you the values you have. Are those your values? Is it a kind of Stockholm syndrome where you're like, I gotta take these values or else I'll be hurt again? Do you see? They're like hand-me-down values. Look at it in a broader sense. It is no measure of health to be fully integrated into a toxic, sick society. Where do all of our ideas about religion or about love and God and understanding and romance? Romance, Europeans. There's some cultures in the world that don't have a word for love. Love has been romanticized and Valentine's. And do you understand? What you don't, the reason why they had to do this, religion had to be its own separate thing, and love has to be its own separate. Relationships has to be. Relationship is part of religion. Here's a bomb. Y'all ready? Relationship is a part of religion. How so, Zo? Not from the perspective of being a parishioner, but you're at the temple of self-knowledge, self-awareness. Love can feel, I mean, we're talking about real love, not transactional love, not, the Greeks said eros and agape. And I'm not talking about that. Okay? Philia, friendship, right? I'm not talking about their definition. You have to remember they stole everything from the ancient mystery schools, particularly ancient Kemet. I'm not talking about their recontextualization of ancient knowledge. Love is like moksha, liberation for the Buddhist. Nirvana, right? The burning out of desire, which is another form of liberation. Liberation from the attachment to the desire. Like all of the higher levels of consciousness, love is that. We've turned love into a verb because most of us are broken and hurt. We had parents that were non-attuned. They weren't attuned to our emotional needs. They missed critical moments where we needed them the most, and we were unaware of it, and they were too. So it becomes a deal breaker. All your deal breakers are insecure attachment style demands. That's all that is. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. I know. All right. To date a human is not to perform partnership. It is to become a holy disruption to the lies you've told yourself about love. Do you understand? Do you know how to be with someone that is broken? Just like you. Let's not take you out of it. Do you know how to be with somebody that is becoming? Just like you, I'm becoming. Do you know how to be with someone who can fall short and hurt you deeply? And you lean into the pain that they came with. Do you know how to do that? And I'm not talking about physical abuse. I'm not talking about psychological manipulation. I'm tired of them kind of people. I'm talking about sitting with the feeling of the imperfection of the person you chose. Do you understand? Does that make sense? We got callers on the line. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Listen, agree or disagree. This is not about a right or wrong or true or false. This is not about any of that. All right. This is more so about your thoughts and your opinions. Right. I want to know what you think about being in a relationship with and being fully conscious. Right. Being with a human being. This is a human being. I'm a human being. There are things I'm hiding from myself, let alone hiding from you. Do you know how to be in a relationship with someone like this? Let's talk about it. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Attila, Houston, Texas. You're up first. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Now listen.
Hey!
This topic right here.
Hey! We on one, right?
Yeah, I mean, we looking at this stuff in real time in the chat. It's great, man. Like, so there's a particular comment that I wanted to highlight from Theo. And so he says, being human in real time is what most people claim to walk in, but always looking, I think he meant to say, but are always looking with a judgmental eye. And I'm like, yes, they are. Because their judgmental side is their humanity.
Keep going.
Right?
Yes, keep
right?
going.
So it's kind of like how they say, like, if someone triggers you, they're kind of reflecting to you the things you need to work on. Another way to say it would be that whatever you have yet to resolve within yourself, you're going to despise in other people. So, for example, if I'm dealing with a worthiness wound, I feel like I'm not enough, I'm going to align with people who have the same agreement about my self-assessment. And then complain when they show me that they agree with my self-assessment.
Right. I hear you. Keep cooking.
Right. So I'm struggling to be in relationships with humans. And I'm really literally talking about myself. Like, I feel like I'm constantly nitpicking at what's not right. And I don't always congratulate myself about the things that I've overcome.
Ooh.
And so I feel like, in a sense, there's certain areas in my life that I want to improve that seem stagnant. But I think the reason why they're standing still is because I have yet to really look at them. So the other side of this, though, for me is that, like, I think in my childhood, I was really just kind of conditioned that if you're not perfect, then your existence doesn't really hold weight. It doesn't really have meaning. So that kind of translated into me literally being like a person who apologizes. I know, you know, people like that constantly saying I'm sorry all the time. And there's nothing to really apologize for. And so I realized, like, am I apologizing for my humanity, like my actual existence? And I think it makes sense because, again, I feel like if I'm not perfect, then I can't show up. And it has, like, brought me so much stress in my life. And I'm really trying to learn to let that subside and just let things be what it is. And so even in my job that I have currently, can't stand it. I hope they don't hear this, but I can't stand it. But it's teaching me, though, that, like, a lot of times when I show up, I don't always have the information that I need because it hasn't been given to me. And what does that bring about? Feelings of imperfection. So I think in everything that we do, if you're avoiding relationships, you're going to get in other areas of your life as well. So you might as well go be in a relationship, right? But the other part of it is we're not really respecting each other's humanity either, because that really means minding the business that pays you.
Right.
Okay. So essentially, I'm spiritually bankrupt. I'm spiritually blocked in this sense because I'm seeking payment from people who aren't employing me. They're not my employers, but I'm wanting supply and payment from them when they never asked. They were like, I didn't hire you. And so, you know what I'm saying? And so I think when you put yourself in that inferior position, people will always either lord over you and not really want to do it, but kind of be forced and put into that situation, and eventually they're going to run away. Or you're going to attract people that are glad to be in that position and will let you know every minute of the day that they are happy to lord over you.
Oh, man.
And so I say all that to say that your inner work is yours to do. And minding your business is indeed a way of investing in your own work that you need to do. But that's it.
Hey, Attila, my niece from Houston, Texas. Listen, man, what did you just do?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is on the board. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. So many of us are addicted to the pornography of potential. Why do we fall for people who might become? Yeah, relationship potential trap, emotional investment trap, narcissistic fantasy bonding, your psychological insight. Projecting potential is a defense against abandonment, sacrificing reality for imagined safety. Your philosophical insight. Kierkegaard warns against despair disguised as hope, idealizing future selves over the present truth. How many of you dated somebody based on a future promise of what they could become? Huh? You invested everything right now. Part of the human condition. This is not about judging people or condemning people. Your spiritual and metaphysical insight on this is obsessing over potential is spiritual bypassing. You're in love with a ghost of your own invention. The clinical and empirical insights, right? Empath, narcissist dynamics are strained and sustained by projection, fantasy bonding, and trauma reinforcement loops. Ooh, Lord have mercy. We got callers on the line. I want to get him in here. Andy, do I have time? Listen, when we come forward, we come into one of our favorites. It's two of our favorites on the line right now. When we come forward, we are going to South Central Los Angeles, and then we jumping over to Oakland. You already know what it is. Let's get it!
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a Black and Brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
How does culture impact marriage practices and beliefs? Have you ever wondered how culture shapes the way we view marriage? The impact of culture on marriage practices and beliefs is profound and varies widely across different societies. Culture influences everything from the rituals we follow to the roles we assume within a marriage. In many cultures, marriage is not just a bond between two individuals. It often represents a union between families, highlighting the importance of collective relationships. This means that marriage can be seen as a strategic alliance for social, economic, or political reasons, rather than just a romantic connection. Take a look at marriage ceremonies around the world. In Greece, for example, the wedding ceremony includes the krivati celebration. Here, money and children are placed on the couple's bed, symbolizing prosperity and fertility. Guests throw rice and flowers to bless the couple with happiness and fertility. In the Philippines, couples releases white doves during their wedding to symbolize a peaceful life together. Meanwhile, in Germany, couples saw a log together to demonstrate teamwork and their ability to face challenges as a unit. Cultural beliefs also shape the roles and expectations within marriage. In some societies, traditional gender roles are emphasized, with distinct responsibilities for husbands and wives. In contrast,
she ain't lying. I like to call it wounded worship. How your spiritual practices keep you in toxic relationships. Spiritual bypassing. Empath trauma cycles. Spiritual justification for abuse. Trauma survivors often use spirituality to avoid confronting pain, leading to divine realizations for dysfunctions. Listen, stop. Hold on. That's how you know it's fake. I try to tell people this about love. They'll be like, love wouldn't, people could be in love with you and beat on you. No, they cannot. You're just calling that love. That is toxic. That is dysfunction. That is broken. You're talking about a spiritual level of consciousness that is on the same, it is the same thing, can't be differentiated from God. That's what love is. The quantum physicists, well, the ground of reality, the foundational ground of reality. That's what he called God. Listen, somebody beating on you, somebody manipulating you, gaslighting you, lying to you, that's not love. Okay? We have to grow up. Don't wait for Zoe. Well, I guess you got to wait for Zoe to say it so then you can repackage it. Maybe I need to give you the languaging for it. You got to stop calling that love. That is not love. The Buddha already told you what created suffering. It's attachment. What else you need? Okay, John Bowlby, Mary Ainsworth. They already stepped in and said, oh yeah, attachment theory. They already did that for you. Oh yeah, 3 insecure attachment styles. You carry those attachment styles into your adult relationships. If you were hurt, neglected, wounded, whatever, by your primary caregivers, that becomes your norm. You would rather go to a familiar toxic norm than an unfamiliar, healed, unknown. What? You don't even know what healthy look like, what loving looks like. You think loving has no blemish. Wrong. Hear what I'm saying? Do you understand? We don't understand how to be with a human. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. JW, South Central Los Angeles. What are your thoughts?
Hey, my brother, how you doing?
I'm alive and well. My friend. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm highly favored in spite of myself.
In spite of myself. Come on.
That's right. That applies to all human beings because we all are flawed.
Yeah.
I comprehend everything that you have stated returns to how we...
Wait, J-Dub, hold on.
Yes, sir.
Are you on speakerphone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now you know you ain't supposed to be on speakerphone, brother.
Well, most of the time I be on speakerphone, you don't realize it. But anyway, like I stated, yeah, we all are flawed. But maybe these train of thought, but I'm going to do it right back though, because that's the Holy Spirit to empower me to do just that, because I want to make some real profound points. Yes, okay, here we go. Even though we carry luggage from our ancestors or our parents and grandparents, if we know about it or not, and then we act it out unconsciously until we realize it and we learn how to find our true selves and stop being in the illusion or dream or fantasy, and we come into reality through the ability to
No, wait, hold on. You stay right there. Don't you go nowhere. You need some more time, because I see you need a little bit of a runway. You like the old Superman. You remember the old Superman had to take a running start before he jump off? Listen, my man J-Dub was on that running start. Hold on, J-Dub. When we come forward, we going back to South Central to get that.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. President Trump is hosting 5 African leaders at the White House to build economic ties.
You guys are going to fight, we're not going to trade. And we seem to be quite successful in doing that.
Trump says the U.S. wants to strengthen partnerships, but stressed peace is key for future trade. The host of Subway Take says former Vice President Kamala Harris and the show agreed to delete her interview. Kareem Rama called it confusing and weird, noting Harris changed her take last minute to, quote, bacon is a spice, end quote, which didn't sit well with him as a Muslim. And a black female electrician is suing New Jersey Transit for $10 million, claiming discrimination. Barbara Williams, the only black woman in her department, says she's been denied overtime and promotions in favor of male workers and forced to supervise inexperienced staff, doubling her workload. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Hi, I'm Jesse Jackson Jr., inviting you to join me weekdays at 12 noon, right after Tavis Smiley, here on KBLA Talk 1580. As a law school graduate and a theologian with a firm grasp of our body politic given almost 2 decades in Congress, my show is the fresh new home of an authentic, uncompromised quest for transformation and salvation, both personal and collectively, as I vigorously interrogate the theological and symbolic meanings embedded in our society. I promise to leverage my knowledge of history, theology, and both international and domestic issues to imagine an inclusive vision for the future, which I hope will inspire all of us to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a given, not just an aspiration. So join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley for 2 hours of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Let K. Michelle's Kitchen Catering bring your world of flavors to your next event. For all occasions, from casual brunches to office lunches, weddings, and glamour affairs, call us today at 310-819-6213 or go to kmichellekitchencatering.com or on Instagram at kmichelles_kitchen catering or Facebook at K. Kitchen Catering. We look forward to cooking for you soon. Call 310-819-6213. 310-819-6213.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
deals the cards as a meditation, and those he plays never suspect. He doesn't play for the money he wins, he doesn't play for respect. He deals the cards to find the answer, the sacred geometry of chance, the hidden law of a probable outcome. The numbers lead a dance. I know that the spades are the swords of a soldier. I know that the clubs are weapons of war. I know that diamonds mean money for this art, but that's not the shape of my heart. He may play the jack of diamonds.
Is it only when you're in love with another person that you see them as they really are? And in the ordinary way, when you're not in love with people, you see only a fragmented version of that being. Because when you're in love with someone, you do indeed see them as a divine being.
Come on.
And suppose that's what they are truly. And your eyes have by your beloved been opened, in which case your beloved is serving to you as a kind of guru, an initiator. And that is why there is a form of sexual yoga, based on the idea that man and woman are to each other as mutual guru and student. And through a tremendous outpouring of psychic energy in total devotion and worship to this other person, who is respectively the goddess or the god, you realize by total fusion and contact with the other organism, you go down to the divine center in them, and it bounces back and you discover your own. Or you could put it in this way, which is another aspect of it, that by falling in love and regarding falling in love not just as a sort of sexual infatuation, because it's always more than that, isn't it?
Listen, Alan Watts, where'd you get it from? You got it from Krishnamurti. Scientific, it's a fact. Einstein, Carl Jung, Alan Watts, Aldous Huxley, they all sat at the feet of Krishnamurti. I'm not making up none of this. But he's right. Bidirectional guru and student is what he said. Most relationships are not like that. Most people are in a relationship because they're scared of not being taken care of, scared of doing it themselves, scared of being alone, scared of being abandoned, scared of not being seen. Like fear has a lot to do with about 90% of the relationships that are happening in the world right now. You've never seen your partner because you've never seen your whole self. If you've never come in contact with your whole self, self-confrontation, most of us are locked in this rigid, inflexible, self-avoidant mindset that prevents us from acknowledging, accepting, loving, nurturing, and caring for the whole us. We're looking to be a part of an us, but we haven't become the us we needed to be. JW, get back in here and finish your final thoughts, sir.
Yeah, brother, I know I don't have much time, but I wish I could say a lot, but I'm going to sum it up with what Christ said.
Sum it up.
Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. And then, as I was saying, when you discover yourself and accept yourself for who you really are, and you realize that you are frail human being that's flawed and has mistakes. And if you can meet someone and accept them for who they truly are And you have this fruit of the Spirit, where you can have long suffering. When you see wherever their faults are that might go against whatever human nature or society say is not acceptable, but you embrace that because you have to embrace yourself, your own flaws, and then you compare yourself with that other person, and you become combined and realize that other person is yourself because you're human. It's a human experience.
Come on.
Brother, I wish I could say more. I know I don't have time.
Man.
But you said something to me, man, and I want you to hear me good. You told me when my mother died that you'll be there for me. So in the future, I will contact you, and you and I will chop it up.
I love
we'll
it.
move forward from there.
Yes, please, brother, reach out to me, okay?
Yes, sir, brother. Be blessed, man. Take care.
Love you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Listen, man, he brought South Central Los Angeles in the building. We're going to get over to Oakland in one quick sec. I just have something to say. You need to learn how to be okay with being a human being. Yourself. It has to start with you. Accepting the whole you is part of accepting the humanity of your partner. This topic was based on the humanities. The humanities is a living compendium of information that has been gathered throughout human history to describe the human condition. Do you see? We spend too much time running from ourselves. Listen, how many of you can be accountable for a bad life choice? You made a bad life choice. Can you step up and say, I just made a bad life choice. I'm not perfect. It's okay. I'm going to learn from this situation. How many of you can just stand up and say, I chose wrong. I went left when I should have went right. Start right there and give yourself grace for that. Giving yourself grace will build up your necessary reserves to give others grace. If you've never gave yourself grace, if you've never gave yourself approval, if you've never given yourself esteem, worth, acknowledgement, validation, acceptance, if you've never given that, you can't give it to anyone else. Camus' idea of revolt applies. Healing begins where the lie ends. Blind faith in transformation is surrendering agency. Not all suffering is sacred. Sometimes your twin flame is just a karmic abuser in costume. See, you got to be able to say, am I abusing myself by hoping that they're not that? Ooh, by wishing I didn't see what I saw. I didn't hear what I heard, and I didn't feel what I felt. Bessel van der Kolk's research shows unresolved trauma can hijack belief systems, reconfiguring abuse as growth. Come on, attachment style or identity cult? How your wounds became your personality, damn it! When I come forward, I'm going to Oakland, California. Sean will be on the line. My brother Sean from Town Business. You already know what it is. When we come forward, we gonna get that Bay Area wisdom.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and puff. Hey, it's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. Are you tired of stains stealing your shine? California Cleaners is where you go to rescue your wardrobe. They don't just clean, they elevate. Hand washing, crisp laundry, and precise alterations, all while keeping your wallet happy. Listen, all you gotta do is connect with them in the beautiful city of Inglewood. Whether it's grass-stained jeans, silk that's seen better days, or a hemline emergency before date night, you're on deck with California Cleaners, located at 1326 North La Brea Avenue, Inglewood, California.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
సత్యవతి అనేటువంటి ఒక సాధన. సత్యవతి ఈజ్ ఏ పర్టికులర్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ సాధన. ఏమిటి ఈ సాధన? వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ సాధన? పాలలో వెన్న ఏ విధంగా ప్రతి చుక్క ఎందుకును లీనమై ఉంటున్నదో ఆ విధముగా సర్వత్రా సర్వ ప్రజలందు సర్వ పదార్థముల ఎందుకును దైవత్వం అనేటువంటిది సూక్ష్మ రూపంతో ఉన్నది అనేటువంటి సత్యత్వాన్ని నిరూపణ చేసేటువంటిది. దిస్ పాత్ shows to prove just as butter is found in every drop of milk, subtly. So also this Brahmatva and Ishwaratva, the divinity is found in every living being and in entire creation all around. కనుక భగవంతుడనగా సర్వాంతర్యామి సర్వభూతాంతరాత్మ సర్వజ్ఞుడు అనేటువంటి ఒక సత్యాన్ని నిరూపించేటువంటిది.
Hey, listen, man, you gotta get a piece of Sai Baba every single time. I love Sai Baba because I know most of us don't understand what he's saying. He's speaking in Telugu. That is his dialect from Andhra Pradesh, southern India. He has a translator. But when you listen carefully, you hear the power behind what he's saying. He's very simple. He asks you to keep a simple life, to be observant of oneself. It's very powerful stuff. I suggest you go and you investigate his works. Let me get my brother in here, Sean from Oakland, California. We're up against the clock right now, but you my brother, man. What's on your mind? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Brother, my thoughts are, when you have family and you have friends and you're looking forward into the future of your community and everyone around you, check in with them. Make sure that they're all right. And don't be judgmental. I know it's hard in this day and age, but, just make sure they know that you are in their corner.
You know what I love about you, Sean? I
don't know.
Let me just say, man, you're consistent. I guarantee you, if you had my phone number, you would be checking in on me for sure. I know you would. Listen, I have no doubt whatsoever. I would get that phone call. It'd be around 8:45 a.m. Sean would be like, hey, man, just want to make sure you was all right, brother. And I would appreciate that. Man, Sean, let me say, man. You are one of the most solid people I have yet to meet, and I can't wait to meet you, brother. Guess what you just did, man?
Brought Oakland, Bay Area in the house.
Town business, up in here. Let me get my brother down from the sticks, Arkansas, back in the building. Davy Lee, what up?
Not much, baby. How y'all doing tonight?
Man,
y'all good. I see y'all rocking it.
We rocking right now, man. How are you doing?
Yes, sir. It's ups and downs with life, but I'm trying my best to push through it. I ain't got no choice. You hear me?
Yeah.
So it's about, having love for what you got, man. I just wanted to let y'all know that, man. Love and cherish who y'all got around you. You never know when it's their last day. You never know when it's your last day, man. Appreciate what you got. And more importantly, appreciate yourself. Don't prostitute yourself out in this world. Don't trick yourself out in this world. Love yourself and build for what you want out of this world.
Man.
Because it's all out here.
Man.
You believe in yourself.
Come on.
Ain't nobody going to believe in you like you, baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Nobody going to love you like you.
Yeah.
But that's all I got to say, man.
Man, I got love for you, brother, and I appreciate you for reaching out. And guess what you just did?
I brought y'all to the sticks, baby.
You on the dig? We in the sticks with the homie Davy Lee, man. Hey, man, keep calling in. I love to hear from you, brother. That's beautiful stuff, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I got questions for you guys, though.
Blessed.
All right, you be blessed, brother. Peace. Now, I got questions for y'all. And I think these, you know how I like to do. I like to ask questions at the end of the show or during the show. But these are questions to get you guys to think and consider. Wait, hold on. Do we still got you on the line?
Yeah, you still got me on the line, bro.
Man,
he ain't
just hit the hang up button and you'll be fine, brother. You can hang up on me, man.
I got you.
It's fine. Just hang up, brother. Hey. But I like to ask, questions, about the topic. Again, we're humans, and humans are ever since we've come into existence over 150,000 years ago, we've been a work in progress. When you say, I want love, do you mean union, communion, or someone to anesthetize your existential dread, all that hurt, all that hidden hurt, all that suppressed stuff. When you say, I want love, do you mean union, communion, or someone to anesthetize your existential dread? What part of your partner must remain unconscious for you to feel safe? What part of your partner must remain unconscious in order for you to feel safe? Could your attraction to emotionally unavailable people be a subconscious suicide pact with your inner child? If love feels familiar, is it healing or is it a reenactment of psychological incest? Do you confuse compatibility with co-regulation? Or do you simply call your trauma someone else's name? What if your healing journey is just an elaborate performance to stay relevant to your pain? What if your healing journey is just an elaborate performance to stay relevant to your pain? Who would you become if you never needed to be chosen again? Could your identity as the empath be a covert narcissistic strategy to control your inner chaos? When you say we just weren't aligned, do you mean you lost the ability to dominate them emotionally? What if your desire for a divine masculine/feminine partner is just heteronormative cosplay for unhealed archetypal dependency? Could your obsession with being submissive or dominant be a trauma-encoded kink masquerading as spirituality? What happens when you mistake polarity for pathology and spiritual chemistry for Stockholm Syndrome? You see, this is the Socratic part of the show. When you crave deep penetration, are you asking for sex or psychic invasion? You'd rather have the sex than the psychic invasion. You don't want that kind of penetration because really you don't want to be seen because you're hiding from your damn self. Okay. I started the conversation. It's up to you guys to finish it. Tomorrow I'm going to have a whole nother bag of topics to talk about, and you already know how I get down. We got to participate in this. I love y'all, appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all later, man.
I long for you since I was born, a woman sensitive and warm in that you were. Pride and strength no one would test.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.